All right, welcome everybody to 1-0. We are doing Mastering Sales with Brent Gove, but today, because the second he finishes, I'm going to jump on a convertible and drive 90 miles to the Denver airport, and I'll be in Sacramento tonight. But I asked John, who runs the Made for More team, and John and I are basically partners, and he runs my real estate team. It's really his. I merged mine with his. That's how smart he is. So he listed 18 homes last month and 4 this weekend with his wife, Valerie. They're amazing. I asked him to come give you tips and tricks on how to get more listings. Arvid, what's up? Hey, I didn't know you were over there. Anyway, so great. There's so many people. I could yell out all your names, but it was good to see Arvid. And so Johnny, take it away. Give them some nuggets on getting listings.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Brent. I see some familiar faces on here as well. I see Clark, Luann, Michael, Carolyn. Hello, all. Tammy. So real quick, we'll keep it short because you only got 10 minutes. So a lot of people are asking us, agents, people on our team, how do we get more listings? There's an inventory crisis right now. How do we solve it? We want to be the solution. So I'll give you 2 things that are working really good for us right now. Number 1 is Fellow, spelled Fello. Has anybody heard of that before? Give me a thumbs up if you've heard of Fellow. So it's new to most of you. Okay, you're gonna love it. A guy named Ryan Young came out with it about a year ago, and the top teams in the area are using it. It's very affordable. So raise your hand if you've heard of HomeBot. Okay, most people have heard of HomeBot. Fellow is better than HomeBot. It does so many great things. It has so many different calls to action. It's like plug and play. If you're doing the Ricky Carruth, the weekly newsletter, things like that, that's where honestly most of our appointments are coming from. And it's coming from the way that Fellow set up. So I suggest you check it out. We've been using it now for 4 months, 5 months. We've probably gotten about 30 listings out of it. So our database, our success may not be your success, but it is better than HomeBot. And the reason why is because it's giving people cash offers. It's giving them instant offers. It's giving them an accurate home value price. You're able to see what's happening. There's predictive analytics in it. There's just so many great things. So Fellow's one. And the second thing that we're doing is who here has heard of Alex Hormozi? This guy's come on like the scene fast. Alex Hormozi, Hormzi, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's a younger cat. He's about 36, 37 years old. And what he's done is he's generating $100 million a year in revenue for his companies. And so he's got 2 books out that are fantastic. One is titled $100 Million Offers. Highly recommend it. The second one is $100 Million Leads. And in that $100 Million Leads book, it just came out like 2 weeks ago, he outlines what some of the top marketers in the country have been doing for the past 10, 15, 40 years. And the main thing that he points out that you could implement in your business, he goes through a ton of different lead sources, starting with your sphere, starting with social media, how to effectively market on social media. Well, what I wanted to touch on was lead magnets. So he suggests you create lead magnets. And in that book, he goes exactly through how to do it. So basically think ebooks. And the more hyper local your ebooks can be. So I live in the Sacramento area. So Sacramento sellers want to get your home sold quickly and for top dollar, click below to learn how we got so-and-so $50,000 over the appraised value, right? Here's an ebook, a white paper, something like that. And you can put that on social media. You can do that for free. You can put it in newsletters. You can use it on paid ads and promote it out into on Google and Facebook and all those different platforms. So those are 2 lead generation tools that I want to touch on really quick. The second lead generation tool is partnering with an agent. So Brent touched on it a little bit, real briefly, but I got the opportunity about 6, 7 months ago to partner with him. He reached out to me and said, "Hey, this is what I'd like to do. What are your thoughts?" I'm like, absolutely. So thank you, Kimberly. That's High Fellow, correct. So find an agent out there. So there's typically, I believe the book is called Traction. Big reader, in case if you haven't figured it out. Big reader. So the book's called Traction. Highly recommend it. But in that book, they talk about visionaries and integrators. So for all of us on this call, most of us are probably familiar with Brent and James. Brent's the visionary. James is the integrator. So if you're the integrator, you need to find your visionary. You need to find that real estate agent that maybe that you guys can partner up together with and leverage each other's businesses and leverage each other's skills to get more deals. I recently partnered with Brent, and so through that partnership, him being the visionary, me being a little bit more of an integrator, our business is growing. So there's those three ways right now where you can get listings. The other things, so you're getting these listings. Now, what do you do? How do you convert these listings into appointments? The next thing you can do that really helps you with this is social proof. So what do I talk about in social proof? If you don't have a Google My Business page, you need to get a Google My Business page. We are the most Google reviewed team in Sacramento. We accomplished that in a little over 3 years. So it didn't happen overnight, but we put attention on that and we put focus on that. And we were very, very deliberate in getting reviews on that platform, because all roads lead to Google. You may go to Zillow, you may go to homes.com, but you may go to Yelp, but most people Google before they go anywhere else. So you need to have reviews on Google. You need to have videos. So record your friends, your family, past clients, and get video testimonials up on your Google site, up on your Facebook, so that way when you're on these listing appointments, you can actually show them on your phone, turn your laptop around, your iPad, whatever it is, and say, here, I could tell you all about how great I am and how I've helped clients, but how about I show you? Here's what some people have said. The third-party validation is just an absolute game changer. And then the last thing is I would encourage you to find endorsements. So some people do radio, some people do television, like famous people, like local community leaders. Some of you may be in a position where you know those people and they may be willing to endorse you. Some of you may not. So think about people in your sphere. Think about pastors, local business owners. They don't have to be like the guy that owns the auto dealership, or that's a multi-gazillionaire. Like, what if somebody owns like a flower shop or a local coffee shop, something where people are frequenting and they see these people and you're the person that they're willing to endorse. Your local chiropractor. We've gotten deals off of our local chiropractor. So highly recommend that. And then of course there's the friends. And then I wanted to show you as well, there was one other thing. Oh yeah. So right now, clients are wanting options. When people call us, they're like, hey, yeah, we really want to hear about the different options that you have. So if you're just talking, I joke with clients when I'm in the living room. I say, hey, most agents out there, they do the 3 Ps. Who here knows what the 3 Ps are? They put a sign in the yard, they put it in the MLS, and they pray. Those are the 3 Ps, right? I said, there's nothing wrong with the 3 Ps, but you should probably have a few more, right? And so what clients are wanting is they're wanting options. They just don't want you to stick the sign in the yard, even though 99 times out of 100, that's the route they go. They want to feel like they have choices. So do you have an instant cash offer? Is there an investor in your marketplace? Are we have tools like that through express offers. Most clients will not pick it. Do you have like sell now and buy later, right? So that way, like a bridge option loan, you can partner with your lender. Do you have cash options where maybe you're working with investors? Do you have, like, a lot of people they're nervous about selling their home and then moving their next and making that whole transition. Do you have a process where you can help them sell their current home and then maybe get a rent back and then move once into their next home, right? We all can do this, but you need to you need to call them programs, and you need to make them something tangible for the client. So what I wanted to show you was we have these little booklets that we've made up. And so it's one thing to tell them, it's a whole other thing to show them. I literally have a listing appointment. I got a jam on in like 3 minutes. And so here's what we bring. If we bring a booklet, we bring a paper that I'm filling out and taking notes so they see that I'm engaged. We bring local market data. We bring reviews. I bring an RLA in paper, right? I put a little fun gold paper clip on it, makes it feel ritzy, but I bring an RLA that we get signed in the living room. And then I leave this stuff with them. And so anyways, got off tangent there a little bit, but bring things. And so now you've gotten the listings, you're in the appointment, you've done the third-party validation, you're ready to sign the listing, and they say, oh, I want to think about it. Just know that they're going to say that. Just accept it. They're going to say it. Start shuffling up the paper a little bit. Close the folder. Totally get it. I want you to not be rushed, and then start asking the questions. Oh, by the way, did you have solar? Oh, by the way, a lot of our Bay Area buyers, a lot of our cash buyers are interested. They telecommute. Who's your internet provider? right? And then pivot away from the close and then go back into it again. You know what? Since I'm here, how about you just sign the listing agreement? You can cancel at any time, you know? No, we need to think about, we really want to push 3 times. If you're not pushing 3 times, you are leaving money on the table because somebody else is going to come in there that is going to push 3 times and they're going to get the listing. So I have no joke. I've gone on appointments. There's a guy by the name of Tom Daves. Who knows Tom? Raise your hand if you know Tom. Dude is a legend. There's probably maybe 3 people in the country, 4 people in the country who've gone on more listing appointments than this guy. He sold Noah the Ark back in the day. And so what I've learned is that when we go on, I've gone on appointments with them. Like one time we showed up to a house, they did not confirm the appointment. We went anyway. The lady it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She was still in her pajamas drinking wine, and she thought we were there to service the pool. She did not want us to come in the house. But we just pushed and we're friendly. We weren't like overbearing and like mean, like let us in the house. Like we drove all the way out here. We were just asking questions because if you fold on the first time that they sell, your kids are going to be skinny and they're not going to be wearing shoes. So just ask them multiple times but be tactful about it. Just be tactful about it. We always tell people we're a no pressure company, but sometimes when you're walking through Target and they ask you, hey, do you need help? You tell them no. And then 5 seconds later, you wished you had. That's that moment for the seller. They're scared, they're nervous. And the last thing I'll leave you with is when you're leaving the home, whether you got the listing or you did not get the listing, you have to leave them with confidence. You have to leave them with hope, because this is a big deal to them. They're moving their family. There's something that happened in their life, good or bad, that is causing them to sell their home, and nobody likes moving. And so before you leave, highly encourage you to say something along the lines of, this home will sell. This home will sell. Just leave them with the confidence. It sounds corny, sounds cheesy, but I cannot tell you how many times there's been somebody that they just burst into a smile, or they say, oh, thank you so much. I was so nervous about it. Sometimes you see like people like get choked up and teary because they're so nervous about the situation. So that's all I went. Sorry, Brent, I went a little bit long. Was this good?
Perfect. I loved it. Everyone wave at Johnny. This is,
okay.
I told you I pick good ones when I can't do it. And I'm literally running out the air. I guess I could have done it, but I just didn't want the pressure because I'm ripping to the airport like you're going to that listing appointment. Love you all, Johnny. Thank you.
Johnny.